Hello, everyone. My name is Mirna Carmona, and I am a medical study dietetic intern, and today I will be presenting on food safety topics. So let's begin with our mission and patient promise. Our mission. Above all else, I am committed to the care and improvement of human life. Our patient promise. I am committed to excellence, always, every action, every patient, every time. So let's begin with food safety. It is estimated that 1 in 6 Americans get sick from food poisoning each year. It is recommended that 4 basic steps are followed to help prevent foodborne illnesses/germs from being transferred to the food. These steps include clean, separate, cook, and chill. So now let's take a closer look at our first step, clean. Germs that could get into the food live everywhere around the kitchen and even on us. Therefore, it is important to maintain a clean workspace and to wash our hands. Hands should be washed with soap and water. You should scrub the back of your hands, fingers, and under the nails for at least 20 seconds. You should rinse hands and then dry them with a clean paper towel. In order to help wash away some germs from our food, you should rinse fresh fruits and produce under running cold water. You should wash the rinds of produce like watermelon and cantaloupe, as the germs can get trapped inside of the rind. Cantaloupe has been found to be the second most common cause of salmonella. Do not use soap or bleach to clean produce. Contact areas such as the prep tables and the tray line area should be cleaned at least once every 4 hours. Sanitizing buckets should be placed below and away from food in each work area. The cloth should be inside of the sanitizing solution, not hanging out on the outside or on the counter. Sanitizing buckets should be changed every 2 to 4 hours or more as needed to maintain the water clean and the sanitizer effective. Now on to our second step, separate. Let's begin by defining cross-contamination. Cross-contamination is the physical movement or transfer of harmful bacteria from one person, object, or place to another. Preventing cross-contamination helps prevent foodborne illnesses. You can prevent cross-contamination by using separate cutting boards for fresh produce, raw meats, poultry, and seafood. The cutting boards around the kitchen have various colors to help with preventing cross-contamination. Green is for fruits and vegetables, yellow is for raw poultry, red is for raw meats, and blue is for raw fish and shellfish. When storing foods in the fridge, remember to separate foods based on the cooking temperature to prevent cross-contamination. So cooked and ready-to-eat foods should be placed on top and raw poultry on the bottom as shown on the image. All foods should also be labeled and dated according to the hospital policy. An example would include if you open a lunch meat, you should label the lunch meat 3 days from the date it has been opened to make sure that it's discarded after. If you open a salad dressing, you should label 60 days from the date it was opened to be discarded after. When bringing more food into the fridge, you should also remember to organize it in a first in or first out basis, also known as FIFO. Also, remember chemicals and cleaning equipment should be stored away from the food to prevent cross-contamination. This helps to decrease the risk of chemicals dropping into the food. The cleaning chemicals should be clearly labeled. Now moving on to the third point, to cook. We should remember food should be cooked to the correct temperature to destroy harmful bacteria. When hot holding food, it should not be near the danger zone. Food should be held at a minimum of 141 degrees Fahrenheit. Reheated food should reach an internal temperature of at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember to document the temperature of the food on the temperature logs. A thermometer should be used and calibrated to measure the temperature of food. You should calibrate a thermometer by placing the thermometer probe into ice water and waiting for 30 seconds. You should adjust the thermometer to read 32 degrees Fahrenheit if it is not reading that at that moment. Now for the fourth step, chill. Once again, food should never be in the danger zone. Therefore, it is important to quickly cool it so it will prevent the growth of bacteria or help decrease the growth of the bacteria. Food should be refrigerated or frozen within 2 hours of cooking or purchasing. Ways that you can cool the hot food faster would be by dividing the food into smaller portions, stirring the food regularly, spreading food out onto a tray, or using the blast chiller. When trying to use food that is chilled, you can properly thaw the food by placing it into the refrigerator prior to use, running it under cold water, or placing it in the microwave to be cooked if it's going to be cooked immediately. Placing it in the microwave if to be cooked immediately. So now to give a quick overview of the 4 steps to food safety. 1, clean. So remember to clean all surfaces and produce. 2, separate. Separate raw meats from produce to prevent cross-contamination. 3, cook. Cook all foods to the correct internal temperature to decrease bacterial growth. 4, chill foods to quickly prevent bacterial growth. And that is all I have for you all. Thank you so much for your time, and please don't forget to do the post test right after this video.